YouTube's Cat Litter presents The March to YouTube Domination. Dateline Hollywood. A plucky red-haired beauty hatches her plan to conquer the internet by gaining 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. But she can't do it alone. Only you can help her in her quest to achieve YouTube greatness by liking, subscribing, and most importantly, sharing her videos. Remember, it's up to you to fight the evils of YouTube suppression and the evil corporations who want to keep you down by clicking the like button as we march our way to YouTube domination.
This is just way too convenient, isn't it? I mean, convenient for Disney. Hello, everyone. I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. We're going to take a little trip.
Open your mind.
Down to the Looney Tunes wackadoo part of my brain where I start churning and connecting a lot of dots that might not necessarily go together, but they seem to make sense at the time when I'm thinking them up.
Smoke weed every day.
Based on the dots that seem to connect and be like so close together. What else could it be?
When real conspiracies become far too outlandish, that's when parody conspiracies look even more like reality. It's time to strap on your headgear and search through the aluminum archives.
So what are we talking about? This article that's been floating around from this guy that says the Disneyland or Walt Disney World is getting too woke for him. They're changing too much. He feels like it's not for him anymore. Like it's out of date, out of touch. And there's been a lot of response and a lot of backlash, including stuff like this. Right-wing Disney fanatic mercilessly mocked her column, whining that Disney World has gone woke. This is the guy right here. Writes in the Orlando Sentinel. Here's the fun part. This article. First off, locked behind a paywall. What do we know about most wokier than thous? You know, the wokey wokes, the little wokey mobs, the wokey monsters, those people. They don't pay for anything. You know what? I don't either. This is locked behind a paywall. I don't want to spend $1 for 8 weeks with no commitment just to read one stinking article. So there's a workaround if you do want to read this whole article. Let's read through it a little bit from the archive. My family and I have been loyal Disney customers for decades, and that's what they really need to focus on. We vacation at Disney World every year. We take a Disney cruise every year or two. Consequently, we spend way too much money in Orlando. Unfortunately, I am strongly rethinking our commitment to Disney, and thus Orlando. The more Disney moves away from the values and the version of Walt Disney, the less Disney World means to me. Disney is forgetting that guest immersion is at the core of its business model. When I stand in Galaxy's Edge, and I know I'm in a theme park, but through immersiveness and my willingness to set the real world aside, something magical happens. That spell is broken when the immersive experience is shattered by the real world. And boy, has Disney been breaking the immersion. The wokier than thous are not going to read this article to see what he has to say. What else are these people going to do? They're going to swarm, and they're going to mob, and they're going to mock this man relentlessly for whining about Disneyland being woke. They have everybody, even Abigail, crapping Disney. Paul F. Thompkins used to be funny before, well, recently. And I know what you're saying, but Mecha, right there, Paul F. Tompkins, he says he actually read the thing. Well, yeah, but he's not actually giving like a real, actual, honest response to what it is. What are the little wokier than thou? They're just going to see this, and they're going to and they're going to react. And then what are the other side, the more conservative-based people? They're going to swarm to defend this man. What's it going to do? I'll tell you in a second. Even Abigail Disney, daughter of Roy Disney, wants to just tweet after tweet after tweet. And then we get, as Pirates and Princesses points out, James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy director, mocks the conservative Disney fan. You know how I feel about directors getting overly political when clearly you have fans on kind of both sides of the aisle? I don't like that. That doesn't seem very fair or equal. Because I can certainly make fun of both sides of the lunacy.
True international average of pressure.
But some people can't. Some people can't. Good grief, when I first told the editors of Pirates and Princesses that I covered the Orlando Sentinel woke Disney article, it hadn't yet blown up at the time. We all assumed this meant the Sentinel to get easy clicks, make fun of the editorial author, and get some stuff trending, but my oh my, it certainly did get some extra legs when James Gunn decided to step in and essentially mock everyone who agrees, with Jonathan Van Boserik. I'm saying his name incorrectly. And if you go into their Twitter feed here, their Orlando Sentinel, they do break down pretty much what the article states. I love Disney World, but wokeness is ruining the experience. So James Gunn, telling people what to get triggered over so they don't even need to read the article. The wokeness specifically is seeing cast member tattoos and removing a character named Trader Sam from the Jungle Cruise. There's his tweet. The wokeness specifically is seeing cast members' tattoos. See, I don't know, when I see Disney or something, I don't have any tattoos personally. And if I see something like Disney, for example, I really think that it's a very clean-cut, white bread, 1950s sort of, you just didn't do those sort of things. You combed your hair, you looked presentable, you didn't... I don't know. There was like a dress code. People were more polite and considerate. They would call you sir or ma'am. So tattoos kind of just don't really connect to that little 1950s Disney look and feel when I think of something like that. Maybe that's why I'm not a big Disney fan to begin with. But then again, I really don't want to see somebody with tattoos either running around in Disneyland. Unless they're like a guest or something. But like, let's face it. If you've got Cinderella or something and she's got full-on tattoo sleeved, that would just look a little tacky, sorry. And this is what they sent their little activists to react to, didn't they? They sent them to react to him complaining that people are wearing tattoos without explaining the fact that it's immersiveness that he really, really is missing. I don't see him as saying he wants it to be Istonphobic like it used to be. He wants it to be this immersive, magical land where he can escape from the real-life, wokier-than-thou religious zealotry that is going on the planet, where everybody demands everybody has to all of a sudden care about things, or else. The problem is, I'm not traveling across the country and paying thousands of dollars to watch someone I don't know express themselves. I am there for the immersion and the fantasy, not the reality of a stranger's self-expression. I do not begrudge these people or their individuality. Well, that's more respect than they're showing you, buddy. And I wish them well in their personal lives, but I do not get to express my individuality at my place of business. Ooh, hitting the nail right on the head there. Yeah, if you're a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, you have to go by dress codes. You have to go by your company's code of ethics. You're going to have to go by whatever culture your company decides. Disney, you're in the business of selling fantasies to people who are buying stuff from the 1940s. What's next? Is he going to end the rule barring on-stage cell phone use by cast members as an infringement on self-expression? More broadly, like many corporations, Disney has been politicizing its business. Full disclosure, I'm a Christian and a conservative Republican, so the people who run Disney and I do not see eye to eye. I wouldn't have admitted that if I were him. I wouldn't have, because then they see this, and then they run the articles with the right-wing this and right-wing that.
Wank.
Regardless, corporations have always made politically motivated decisions, usually due to the desire to make a profit. But sometimes it's due to the values of the people in the corporation. Walt Disney used his corporation to express his patriotism during World War II and his pro-capitalism beliefs afterwards. The difference today is that the people who run Disney use social media to scream to the whole world that a decision has been made for political reasons. Removing a character named Trader Sam from the Jungle Cruise. A grown man sees these things or doesn't see them and gets all worked up, and the experience is ruined for him. Somehow, he doesn't see this as his problem. All right, here we go. This is another one they sent their little wokey mobs on. Disney is in the process of taking a woke scalpel to the Jungle Cruise. Trader Sam is out because he might offend certain people. Every grown-up in the room realizes that Trader Sam is not a representation of reality and is meant as a funny and silly caricature. It is no more based in racism than every Disney caricature of an out-of-touch white American dad. Yeah, it's a stereotype. It's a stupid stereotype that nobody's actually defending. We're just saying it's change. The next time I ride Jungle Cruise, I will not be thinking about the gloriously entertaining puns of the skippers. I will be thinking about Disney's political agenda. That's a mood killer. That's exactly what I said about listening to any of these modern day films. I'm just hearing the agenda. Disney proclaims that Splash Mountain must change because of its association with Song of the South. Disney owns Splash Mountain, so it can do what it wants. But if Disney screams at the top of its corporate voice, which is pretty loud, that it's changing to appease a certain political point of view. Now, every time I look at the ride, I'm thinking about politics. So, and you can finish reading this article if you like. I'm pretty sure I get the gist of his message. He doesn't want to be reminded of the woke mobs and the wokier than thous and the people who like to swarm social media and the people who want to go around ruining people's lives. I don't want that either in my entertainment, because that's going to be a mood killer, isn't it? That's going to be non-immersive. I can absolutely see where this person is coming from, having, read the article, but that's not what Disney wants you to do. They want you to just react based on what their Hollywood people have said. That's all they want. They want this reaction to what? Draw up marketing, advertising, free press for Disney, where people are now talking about Disney. And it's not a question of Istrophobic or anything. The question that we're talking about here is, what does this do? Well, this markets the crap out of Disney. This markets the crap out of Disney so much, with every little tweet, every little person talking, every little experience, this thing has been trending for 3 days. Variety, James Gunn, and more react to Disney World's anti-wokeness op-ed. Yeah, so many, and it's just building and building, but this is the biggest story. This is bigger than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This was bigger than that, because I guess that one was a thud for them. So they needed something to draw up some controversy to get people into the parks, right? It's as if they wrote this thing themselves. It's as if they hired this guy to write something just with some key things that the anti-wokier than thous, like the Patton Oswalds out there. Oh, of course, Patton Oswald. Of course, he's one of their key instigators. He's one of their key prodders and pokers and rilers uppers. He's out there chumming the waters, saying, here, react to this. Here, I'm going to place this tweet upon the sacrificial altar for all of my wokier than thous to come and swarm and feast upon. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney didn't hire this guy to write this fucking thing for him, just so they could get some controversy, to get some people into the freaking parks, because that's where their money is. That's where their money is. They are making money on Disney Plus with Falcon and the Winter Soldier being underwhelming. They don't have any movies anybody gives a crap about in the big major theaters either, do they? When's the Eternals coming out? Who knows? What, November? We don't have a trailer. Shang-Chi? Who cares? September. and they're using all the wokier than thou woke bait, rage bait, race bait to get people to talk about that one too. So is this just some chumming the waters from Disney themselves? I wonder. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Read the article if you want. I mean, it is behind a paywall, but I don't even think the article is relevant. I think this is just a marketing publicity stunt. I'm Mecca, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
What do you want? When do you want it?